Good morning and welcome to your Farm and Home Show. My name is Joanna Coles, and this morning we're visiting with Greg Drake. He's the Butler County Extension Agent for Agriculture and Natural Resources. Well, I'm glad you're here today because you're a beekeeper yourself, and so you know how to care for bees, but this is a critical time for beekeeping.
Mid to late March is a very pivotal time in beekeeping. We're at a point where we're getting warm days. Like, you know, it's easy to have low 60s, mid 70s in this time of the year. The bees are out, but there's not that much blooming. When we recorded this thing, I saw that the fruit trees were just beginning to bud out in Butler County. I noticed it. Honey stores are low, and we will lose a lot of bees to starvation in mid-March. And it's always shocking to beekeepers when they go out and see a hive that's starved out, because we think we've got it whipped. We finally broke over, trees are starting to get leaves on them, but now is a pivotal time for beehive management. And another thing that's important now is we're starting to see those bees fly. They're coming and going. We have a tendency to want to get in those hives and look through. The queen is laying. We're getting new brood. We're getting new brood born. The queen's been laying since January or February, so we're getting a lot of bees born. They're using a lot of honey. So when we get a dreary, wet 10-day, 5-day period where they can't fly, that's what starves them out. They'll use up a bunch of their stores. But we don't need to open those hives if it's below 60 degrees. It's called chilling the brood. So there's a tendency to want to come in from work or whatever because it's nice weather. But we've got to be really careful not to open those hives when it's cold, because there is something called chilling the brood, and you can cause a lot of damage to your hives when you've almost made it to the spring.
And you know, Greg, there's so much fluctuation in our Kentucky weather in the spring, and so although it may be 75 degrees during the day, it's really cool at night, and so we do kind of have to watch that.
Yes, it's about to be swarm season. In a lot of South Central Kentucky, it is swarm season right now. Typically, at Butler County, we start hearing swarms coming out of Warren and Simpson a week or two before we get them in Butler County, but it's swarm season now. So if a homeowner sees a big wad of bees, that is a natural division, and they are hanging somewhere looking for a new home. And a lot of times they call the fire department or they call the extension office. Social media has helped us a bunch get the word out that these bee swarms are not dangerous. They're a wonderful thing that's in nature. So we just encourage you to call the extension office, call a beekeeper that you know, and that beekeeper will come and get them and safely remove them from your house. A lot of times they wind up on a tree in the front yard, and people are scared to go down their sidewalk. So that's fine. But don't kill them with pesticides, because the beekeepers in the Butler County Beekeeping Club or the Warren County Beekeeping Club, they'll spread the word and text each other, and maybe somebody's at work and can't go, but they'll find somebody, because nobody wants those bees killed. We want those bees in a hive so they can produce honey, so they can pollinate crops, so they can do what they do in nature. So give us a chance, give us a half a day, give us a day. Sometimes that bee swarm just leaves anyway.
Yeah.
If you leave it there for 2 days, it'll be gone. The reason probably that it's really important to get a beekeeper there is those bees are going somewhere. We don't want them to go up in the eave of your house. We don't want them to set up housekeeping in the attic of your house. But they're going to find a hollow place somewhere. And out in nature on a farm, they'll find a hollow tree. But a lot of times in a place where there's lots of houses, they love to get in that soffit area of a house, and that can be a problem.
And usually if you leave them undisturbed, they're not aggressive. They're not going to come find you. So if you can just kind of wait and let the beekeeper get there, you shouldn't be fearful of them.
Yes, if somebody's interested by what you and I have talked about this morning, we have a publication called Beginning Beekeeping for Kentuckians. We'll print you one off at the extension office, or you can find it online, kind of bring you up to speed on all things honeybee in our part of the world here. Wonderful publication.
And we appreciate you watching the Farm and Home Show. Have a great day.